So there's a few of you out there that are probably like, wait, what happened here? For the 3 or 4 of you that actually follow along with the timeline of my videos, you probably noticed I was in Afghanistan working and things were kind of crappy. We just killed some Iranian general and it was a little sketchier than usual. And I went on vacation. COVID happened. And then all of a sudden, several months later, here I am. I'm still in Ecuador. So here's the story. Here's what happened. I got to Ecuador on March 3rd. And yeah, people knew COVID was happening, but no one really had a clear picture of just how bad it was going to get. I really didn't know that it was a terrible idea to travel, or, as you'll see, perhaps a really good idea to travel. I got home, got to Ecuador, said hello to my family, and things promptly went to shit. So within a blink of an eye, the whole world comes to a grinding halt. Everything stops. Flights stop, transportation stops. There's no way to fly back to work. And so I canceled my flight because the flight's just not possible. The countries I have to travel through are basically saying, are you crazy? No. Shortly after that, my employer sends me a notice saying, hey, just hold on, stand by. We'll figure this out. Well, a few days later, I get an email saying, hang tight. We'll figure this out. Don't worry, we're going to keep paying you. We're not going to pay you as much as we did in Afghanistan because that'd just be stupid. But we'll pay you enough to just hang on while we sort out this giant mess that nobody knows how to sort out. Well, long story short, it's been 5 months. It's been 5 months of just hanging on, waiting for them to figure it out. I'm still in Ecuador. I've moved out of where we were at in Quito. We were in a suburb of the big city, Quito. And small towns have more appeal now than they did before. So we moved to a rural area where we can go outside and walk around and get out in the country and be away from other people. And I'm still getting paid, so I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting to see what'll happen. I feel bad for my friends that are in Afghanistan. There was recently a article in the Stars and Stripes. That's the military newspaper, so they're not painting military issues in the worst possible light. There's an article in the Stars and Stripes about all of the non-American workers that have been laid off, that have gotten stuck in Afghanistan, and that they've just been stuck in what's called transient housing. Those of you that have worked there know what transient housing is. Not getting paid. They're on what's called red badges, which means they are not free to move around. They are constantly being monitored. They can't have cell phones, laptops, things like that. They're basically, it's like being in jail. Only they haven't done anything wrong other than go work on an American base when they're not Americans. And the problem is the countries they come from are afraid to let them back. They're afraid they've got coronavirus, so they can't return. They've been stuck there for months. It became a big story in the Stars and Stripes because one of the Macedonians recently just gave up and killed himself because it was too much pressure. His family back home relying on his paycheck, but he's not getting paid anymore, being held like a prisoner, unable to call his family. You can see why that might get some people to break. And who knows, maybe he was thinking that by doing that, he would draw some attention and help the rest of his fellow workers who are stuck there, which is why I'm mentioning this in this video. But I digress. I was talking about my situation. So can't go back to Afghanistan in a holding pattern, getting paid. Maybe I've slipped through the cracks. Maybe years from now I'll be like, I don't know why they're still paying me, but they're still paying me. Who knows? Meanwhile, I've got another job offer to go work in Kwajalein again. If those of you that have followed long enough know, I worked in the Marshall Islands in a place called Kwajalein years ago. And there's a company that wants me to come back out there to work. But again, coronavirus, travel restrictions, I don't think that's going to happen either. We'll see if they actually get their act together and figure out how to get me out there. But meanwhile, just living life, taking it one day at a time, and enjoying being in laid-back rural Ecuador. That's a blender. Wife's making lunch, dinner, something. All right, so that's what's going on. Just a little update. Hope I didn't waste too much of your time. See you later.